Alright, guys, welcome to the first episode of the Hoss and Joss podcast. Fresh bev, start the video. Okay.
In this episode, guys, we'll dive into the chilling mystery of the Zodiac Killer.
The Zodiac Killer. So, we're going to be exploring the timeline of his crimes, which is the late 60s to early 70s. We're going to just briefly discuss the cryptic letters he sent to the media and the taunts and puzzles that he has made for us to try to solve.
We'll also examine the various theories of his identity, Finally, we will touch on the cultural impact of the Zodiac Killer, highlighting how his case left the public flabbergasted and inspires the ongoing investigations.
Now, starting off with the case background. So, if you don't know, the Zodiac Killer is a name given to an unidentified killer who has slayed many individuals in northern California. His first confirmed kill were two high school students, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday.
Yes, they were both shot December 20th near Vallejo. The killer actually gained notoriety for sending a series of taunting letters to local newspapers, some of which he challenged us, the public, to decode.
And keep in mind, over 25, maybe 50% of these are still unsolved and just cold case. They're gone.
Quite the contrary, actually.
Very.
One of the most infamous letters he was sent in 1969, where he claimed the responsibility of the murders and included a cipher that, when solved, revealed a very disturbing message. And also gave him some insight about his motives.
Yeah, so over the next year, this Zodiac Killer, unconfirmed guy, claimed many more victims, including Darlene Ferrin and Michael Maggio in July of 1969. And then later a couple named Cecilia Shepard and Brian Hartnell. The case became a media sensation, leading to a widespread public of fear and, of course, fascination.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Like widespread, he killed a couple, for goodness sake.
I mean, people were excited to hear about the next case.
I mean, seriously. Some guys are psychos out there.
Including you.
Yeah. Let's dig into this. Despite some investigations and numerous suspects over the years, the Zodiac Killer was actually never caught. His true identity remains a mystery. That's kind of frightening.
He could be a teacher in our school.
All we know, it could be Uric. He's pretty questionable. Lives at home with his dog and he's turning 30. He's lives at home with his dog, for crying out loud.
Listen
people.
To that.
That sounds pretty mysterious to me, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Works at a high school in Orville. What are we talking about here?
What are we talking about?
This case, since it has been unsolved for nearly 50 years, makes it one of the most enduring in American criminal history. That's got to be something. That dude is sitting somewhere, probably watching the evening Fox News, and he's just thinking.
He could be in a nursing home.
He could be in a nursing home.
Yeah.
It's pretty bean-boozling, if you ask me.
Talking about bean-boozling, I actually have some beans.
We got some jelly beans right here, actually.
Jelly beans.
Pulled up from my colleague Choss here.
No flavor. I don't know what they are.
Probably black licorice.
Yeah. I'll put the picture up on screen right about now. It's a drawing of this guy. Glasses.
Yeah.
He looks like our coach.
Middle age.
Coach Alger kind of looks like him.
He does look like Mr. Alger.
If you know him,
you kids might want to steer clear. He bears a very keen resemblance.
He wears glasses, has the same shape.
Anyways, guys, that is going to be about where we wrap up for this first segment of this episode of the podcast.
That is the case background. Now we've been moving on to some of the facts. So, one of the Zodiac Killer's victims, Michael, actually survived to tell a tale for a little bit longer. He provided crucial details to the police and gave us some of the earliest information of the killer. One of the killer's letters after this attempted murder remained unsolved for 50 years until 2020. Now, after the first attempted kill, there was a letter that included a cipher that remained unsolved for nearly 50 years. And it wasn't finally until 2020 that a group of amateur codebreakers had finally cracked it, revealing a chilling message that seemed to taunt the police and the public. Sorry.
One particularly interesting story about the Zodiac's famous Halloween card he sent in 1970.
What?
He wrote about how he enjoyed killing people and included a chilling draw of the jack-o'-lantern with a bloody knife.
Oh.
I just got chills.
I almost went to
This card was a clear indication of his desire to instill fear and showed just how twisted his mind was.
I mean, you gotta be a messed up guy to do that. I mean, of course.
My
You killed
neck hair
somebody.
just stand up.
I mean, you already messed up for killing somebody, but to write and make codes about it?
Yeah, I mean,
Oop, it's tingling.
we'll also discuss like the various theories and suspects that have emerged over the years, including a recent surge of the interest that, thanks to advancements in DNA technology, could actually finally be closer to uncovering the identity of the Zodiac killer.
I mean, obviously in the 70s, 60s, they didn't have the DNA technology we have now.
I mean, yeah, you think about OJ, right? His case was right in the late 90s, right? Right when DNA was
Started
just
to
becoming.
skyrocket, really. Yeah.
Just becoming, right?
Yeah.
It was starting to be used more and more, and now we have it all.
I mean, they could have found a little more information back then if they had some
Type of
some of the,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
stuff we had today. You know?
I mean
What's
that's
the
true.
So, in one of the letters that he created, he challenged the police to catch him, claiming he was more than a man. So, pretty much said he was God. And that he had lots of fun killing, which, that's
I mean, that's
obviously
just
taunting.
freaky.
Yeah. His arrogance and taunting attitude made him a notorious figure, obviously, like we said, and the fear instilled in the communities was...
Yeah, hold on. Let's
just
back up to
palpable.
that. Let's back up to that. You said it made him a tourist attraction. So we literally had people flying out to San Francisco
Just to
just
find
to find
information.
this guy.
Yeah.
Find information on this guy.
I mean, I'm sure there's a huge
Now
bounty.
you got to be pretty notable if you got people from other states of America coming to San Francisco just to find you while being a murderer. I mean, that's got to be crazy.
That is insane.
Also, let's go to this. Another interesting fact about the Zodiac Killer is also believed to have committed these crimes outside of the confirmed murders. Some investigators have linked him to several unsolved cases, including the murder of a young couple in the Lake Berrycia of 1969, where he not only killed them, but also wore a distinctive hood with a symbol on it, further adding to his mystique.
So this guy's like bipolar, but both sides are evil. I mean, his full-time job was being the Zodiac Killer, obviously, and his part-time job was being another killer with a mask and had his own little costume or whatever. And he's committed other crimes, obviously, as that man would. Just noted, and we got this information from one of our callers. They wrote us a full story to read on this podcast. So here it goes. It was Halloween night of 1969, and somewhere in the heart of northern Cali, the Zodiac Killer was planning something special. Now, all we know of him is the infamous cryptic murderer who taunted police and press with his coded messages and cryptograms. What if I told you there's more to the story? What if he was really just trying to throw the most twisted, unforgettable Halloween party in history? It all started with a letter, one of his many sent to San Fran Chronicle. This one, though, was different. No threatening tones, no cryptograms, full of obscure symbols, just an invitation.
Oh, the letter read, "I am the Zodiac, and I'm throwing a party. If you dare, come in disguise. The theme is fear. My treat is your terror."
I mean, this guy's kind of a cringe ball.
I
I mean,
mean-
who writes that and sends it out to the press?
Yeah, I mean, what a weirdo.
Makes a party? Maybe he just wanted a party hardy. I don't know.
I mean, really. And just like that, the Zodiac Killer's legendary invitation was sent out to the world.
Minus the world was sent.
He was seriously into this Halloween vibe. The letter included an RSVP list with only a few cryptic names, including some of the notorious figures at the time. Not just cops and reporters, but even celebrities, like actor Steve McQueen. For
Rodney
reasons... No, I don't think so. For reasons no one could fully understand, really. And of course, the party was a costume party, a dark, foggy night. In a secluded mansion, doors creaking open, and one by one, guests began to arrive.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's
Hold on a
take a
second.
pause. Let's break this down here.
Take a break here. The famous killer of your time throws a party and you show up to it? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, you got people, like we said earlier, you got people flying out from other states to San Francisco to find information about this serial killer, and there's people coming to a serial killer's party.
I mean, I guess they wanted to find information. Isn't that right?
I mean, firsthand, they're going to find information, and they're most likely going to get chopped up.
I mean, they might be the information at the end of the night.
I mean, seriously, they could be the evidence.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to this. There was an old man dressed as a werewolf, a woman in a blood-soaked nurse's outfit. Oof, that's creepy.
Going deep for that there.
And a man who somehow mistook the theme for classic horror and showed up as Dracula. What a weirdo.
That dude's going all in.
I mean, that guy, I mean, man, what a way to upset the Zodiac killer.
Dude,
you come to his party for horror and you show up as Dracula?
I mean, unless he had the vampire teeth, that's all that matters, really.
The most unsettling guest, well, of course, that was the Zodiac killer himself. Still wearing that cryptic, mocking grin, the letter says. Now here's where it gets really strange, our caller said. The Zodiac, ever the showman, didn't just greet his guests. Oh no. He decided to play a little game. One he was sure no one would forget. At the stroke of midnight, the lights flickered, and the Zodiac, now in his own strange costume, stood on a makeshift stage and announced, "Tonight, my guests, you will play a game. Each one of you will write a cipher about the deepest fear. The winner, well, let's just say, they'll be the one who escapes with the most terrifying prize."
What is this dude doing?
I mean, this guy is a creepo, dude.
And anybody who shows up at this party, why don't they just pop him? They could just shoot this guy, seriously. End it all here.
Yeah.
They must have been other
Obviously, this letter says, the guests were a bit confused. Decided to go along with it, you know? Yep. Well, what's worse could happen? You know, you're in a serial killer's house, you want to play his game, there's this old saying says, I've heard coaches say this all my life, you know, it's a dumb little saying. You play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. I mean, seriously, guys, what are we doing
There might not even be a prize at the end of this.
But the prize is probably death. I mean, honestly. All right. So, let's get back into this letter here. The guests, a bit confused, decided to go along with it. You know, I mean, why not? Hey, you play a serial killer game. Why not?
Let's do it.
They scrawled down their darkest fears, cryptic and jumbled, as the Zodiac paced around, peering over their shoulders, but here's the twist. No one ever won the game. Every cipher, when revealed, turned out to be completely nonsensical. One person wrote, "I fear my dog learning to read." Another, "I fear running out of toothpaste on a Sunday morning."
All right, they obviously weren't taking this serious, but jeez, you gotta add some...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we should joke around with the Zodiac here. I mean, you're at his house. I don't think you should joke around. I think you're taking this pretty seriously.
You gotta keep in mind, this is 60s California. I mean, these people, I don't know, they love this stuff.
They're like hipsters.
A little odd in themselves, but I mean, this is just out of
All right, now this letter continues. At this point, people were starting to get uneasy, but the Zodiac, always the enigma, just chuckled to himself. He turned the fog machine off.
Just because it fogs? What is this?
Made sure the eerie music played a bit louder. Oh boy. I'm starting to get chills.
This is odd.
And then he disappeared into the shadows. Are you kidding me?
The guy.
No one saw him leave, but the next morning the mansion was eerily quiet. All the guests had vanished, but their ciphered notes remained twisted and absurd.
So he changed them to make them better because how bad they were. I mean, I'd do the same.
That is terrifying.
Dog learning to read? Who puts that?
All right, let's get back. So was this really the Zodiac Killer's Halloween party?
Probably not.
Or was it something even more unsettling? A strange, dark sense of humor? lurking behind the killer's cryptic messages? Did the Zodiac ever truly want to kill? Or was he just frightened and confused? Like a trickster in the night.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this, but I don't think this was the real killer. I think this is just someone trying to throw a little, so that, spook up the story.
Yeah.
All right, now continuing. One thing's for certain. The night he threw this Halloween party, no one ever forgot it. Obviously, it's very, very odd. And even the only thing they really feared was being stuck in the room with the most awkward costume party host of all time. I mean, really, once they see that guy talking, who would want to stay? I'm surprised no one stayed the night. They all left, but geez.
I mean, if I'm going to go there, I'm going to go all in.
You might as well pack your bag and get a little...
pack the bag. I'm going to pack a blade. I'm going to see if some stuff starts hitting the fan. I mean, I'm going to start, I'm going to go on a little manhunt. I'm going to try to get this guy.
I mean, for sure, he knew how to leave an impression. I mean, that way to end your Halloween with a little
bang.
A little bang, but remember, the trick is always finding the truth in the strangest places, as our story writer...
Informer, should say.
I guess.
Obviously, this person wanted to be left anonymous. Didn't want to strike up any alert or panic.
I mean, with this writing, the person that turned this in might have been there. Who knows? This
obviously,
could be...
they wanted to be left anonymous. I mean, we truly don't even know what their name is. We just got the letter and a note that said, here is a first-hand account.
I mean, the facts might be twisted for me. This might not be the most accurate of stories, but it certainly is a story.
But also, on the other
Zodiac
hand,
killer.
you never know. This lady or man could have been at that party.
I mean, it does follow along with the killer's, origin. This is very odd and something he would do. So,
and maybe I mean, maybe let's like I don't know, maybe this guy was a little bit challenged, if you want to say. Maybe he just wanted to make some friends, and he just caught some people at the wrong time.
It could be his only way.
Like he was trying to make some friends and snuck up on them, and they got frightened and started screaming. He just
could have really bad social awkwardness, and the only way to deal with that is get rid of their memory permanently.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right, back to the timeline of the Zodiac Killer's appearances. This is August 7th, 1969. The killer sent his third letter to the San Fran Chronicle once again, but this included a 340-character cipher. This one was way more complex than the first, and the killer boasted about the fact that no one had yet cracked the cipher. And the letter also hinted at future murders and included a note starting with, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." I mean, first of all, he's snitching on himself, clearly setting it up for the police to catch him. He obviously doesn't get caught.
He just said he likes killing people.
Because it is so much
fun.
So obviously, that's his hobby.
I mean, that's just messed up, man. I mean, if you kill people for a sport, that's just wild.
Yeah, and just out of the blue. And then once again on August 8th, so... Really,
my birthday, freaking August 8th.
A day after the last one, he sent a fourth letter to the San Fran Chronicle once again, and he reaffirmed his desire to kill and ridiculed the police for their incompetence in cracking his previous ciphers. So, I mean, he's just taking the L on the San Fran police force. I mean, they can't get any of the ciphers. Obviously, this was all cracked later on, but he just laughed at him. He's sitting in his little house or whatever, just giggling at their attempt. I mean...
Yeah, he's probably got this all queued up on the news and whatever, and he's probably just like, man, I really did it. I pulled it off.
Yeah, I mean, he's boasting about his strategies. Yep.
All right, let's jump into this timeline here. October 11th, 1969.
So, not too much after the past two.
What's 3 months after?
Just about.
The Zodiac Killer took another bold step. He sent yet again another letter to the San Francisco Chronicle that was signed with his symbol. He signed it.
I mean, he's just giving them autographs at this point.
Yeah. This time, a 13-character cipher in the format called Zodiac's 13-hole cipher. So he made up his own...
He's got an alphabet. I mean,
he's got his own cipher language.
So he's obviously, he has some brains. His IQ's up there.
Yeah. Well, that's also a lot of of killers or people who messed up like
Yeah.
oddly, like they have a lot of brains.
Yeah. A lot of brains in the wrong direction.
Yeah, wrong direction. The message was cryptic, obviously, stating that the killer had no connection to the cops or law enforcement. In his letter, the Zodiac also implied that he would be more active in quotation marks soon.
So, I mean, he's just telling them that there's going to be a lot more killed, a lot more activity. He's just giving them a heads up. I mean, he's giving us all the information we need, but we just can't get to the facts in time.
After that letter, he went a little bit under hiding,
Above
if
and
you will.
Oh, under hiding.
Yeah,
Okay.
he went under hiding for a little bit. The next evidence that was turned over was March 13th, 1970.
So less than a year after this.
Yeah, less than a year, a little bit less than a year. This letter was sent to also the San Francisco Chronicle.
I mean, he must love this
He must
radio
like these
station
guys.
or
I
news
mean,
source.
This letter, which included, get this now, guys, listen up, 340 character cipher.
Another big one. This dude's right next to
That
us.
is huge. That it took, listen to this, it took them 51 years to solve.
I mean, jeez. Couldn't get to the information any sooner,
Yeah.
could you?
This letter also what is that word?
Spell check here.
Yeah, let's get a spell check. Reiterated
There we go.
his desire to create fear and included the line, "I shall do that."
He must have skipped a few classes in English. Jeez.
Woo! This guy was
His alphabet
not very grammatically correct.
Might
He
have been
says,
wrong.
and I quote, "I shall do that." I believe he's talking about, I shall stop killing if I'm kind of deciphering this, because I want you to panic.
So he pretty much wants to get caught at this point.
Yeah.
He's throwing all this
All right,
information to
now
us.
we're going to jump to the summer of 1970. So that last letter was March.
So he's back
This
for
is
his break.
July 24th.
He took a break and now he's back.
He took a little spring
He
break.
went on retirement a little bit.
Yeah.
He
The
got bored.
Zodiac, he sent a letter contained a map of the Bay Area detailing the location of a murder he had not yet committed. This dude was sitting there
X
camping
marks the spot. I mean,
leading him right to it. Included the map. Oh my bad, guys. It indicated that the map was supposed to be a new way of taunting the authorities. He wrote, okay, guys, get a load of this. In quotes, "I will be back with my new code."
so this guy, obviously he's bored. So he's
Obviously.
making a whole nother code of us to decipher. I mean,
Now, 2 days after that letter was sent, July 26, 1970.
made in 2 days?
Yeah. Another letter arrived, this time to the San Francisco Chronicle, yet again.
Loves it.
It contained a mysterious message promising a new cipher along with a strange set of numbers that had no clear explanation. He mentioned more killings, in quotes, and warned, quotations, "The next will be more spectacular," end quote.
This guy, I mean, he's a character. I mean, he wants to get caught.
I mean, he's
obviously.
making this like a freaking movie.
We could have a movie on this guy. Should we make a movie next? I mean,
Ooh, trademark.
yeah, we took
That's
that.
us. We got the movie.
But I don't know.
All right, guys. Now we're going to jump a whole year. 1971, April of
So-
1971.
Obviously, he didn't do too much. I mean, he kind of
So obviously he went back on his break, a
he
little.
gave us time to
He went
decipher.
underground a little bit.
Yeah.
Gave us some time to decode,
We never did, obviously.
obviously. April 20th. The Zodiac sent a cryptic letter to, you guessed it,
The
San
Chronicles.
Francisco Chronicle.
I mean, he's loyal to this
This
company.
guy must
He's
have
loyal.
a subscription to that newsletter.
He probably go through subscriptions and find them. I
Yeah.
mean,
Jeez Louise. It contained another cipher. Whew. And once again, he taunted law enforcement by claiming they would never catch him. In this letter, he also mentioned, in quotes, "the slaves," and possibly referring to the people he had enslaved in his mind through fear.
so
He's
let's break
making
on
these
that here.
people... Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. He's making these people slaves to his fear.
I mean, to me, that sounds like a bunch of hocus pocus. The dude's a little high on himself.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's speaking about himself like he's
But-
supernatural.
I mean, he gave us all the information to catch him. I mean, 51 years later.
Yeah,
We had
I
done
mean,
this
we
a little
got
sooner.
to give him credit where credit is due. They didn't really have a lot of ways to catch him back in the day. Obviously, didn't have a lot of these nerds that we have working in the law enforcement who we just plot papers on down there in their desk and they're banging that crap out the next morning. I mean,
This had to be an inside job. I mean,
yeah.
there's no way.
Okay, now
Maybe it doesn't
we're gonna
exist.
jump to June 26th of 1971. A letter from the Zodiac arrived with an apology. Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. He's apologizing. It was a strange letter where the Zodiac claimed he was on vacation.
I mean, this dude went to the Bahamas, came
Yeah.
back and decided to kill
Bahama Mama. I mean,
But
dear
he-
Lord.
Yeah.
Beach Boys, by the way.
again. Good band.
Good band. But still insisted that his plans for terror were far from over.
So he apologizes for not being active, and then
He says, it's not over. Watch this.
yeah.
It's debated whether the Zodiac was growing tired of the media attention or if he was just taking a break between killings.
I think he was getting bored. I mean,
This guy goes out, right? He slays down a couple people, right? And then he goes on vacation, and I think he's becoming a little bit bored of all this attention he's getting.
we need to interview with this guy. Imagine a podcast.
Imagine we call
Boston Shots
and
call
he
these
picks up.
killer.
Imagine our podcast. We get our crew on the line with the Zodiac Killer. Let us know. Shoot us emails if you guys would like to hear a podcast with the Zodiac Killer.
I'm gonna call my manager, see if we can get him on the line.
we got to call. Gotta call Chad, see if we can get him on the line. He'll work our stuff out. Chad's a good guy. Let's give a shout out to Chad. Chad, where you at? There he is, over there. Let's give a shout out to Chad. He's our main producer. He does a lot of work behind the scenes, so y'all can have a good listening experience. All right, here let's get back into this. His language has started to seem more disconnected and whimsical.
So he might have gone insane. He might have been going insane at this point.
I think this at this point the murders and attention were getting to his head, so I think he was starting to get a little
cocky.
cray
Yeah,
in a good way.
in a good way.
No, I think cray in a bad way.
Probably.
We're gonna jump to July of 1974.
So the year's already going up. So after a period of silence, he took a few years off. Dude, he loves his vacations apparently. The Zodiac Killer sent his last known message to. Any guesses?
The San Francisco Chronicle.
Of course, this letter was less focused on talking to the police or cracking ciphers. Instead, it was a long, meandering message saying that he was ending his killing spree and they would keep his eyes open. So he's retiring pretty much, but he's still in the game for new ways to strike. I mean, this guy's crazy.
This guy is crazy.
He's literally telling him he's going on vacation. Oh,
Choss,
what's that?
I'm getting a phone call here.
Oh, we got a business call
Hang on a second.
to attend.
Hello? Whoa. Hang on a second, sir.
Put this on speaker.
Guys, let me put this on speaker. All right, sir. You're live.
You're on our podcast.
Perhaps, where are you guys located?
Well, we're not going to give our
Yeah,
headquarters
we
away,
can't really
but-
give you our location, but is there anything you would like to say?
Yes, indeed I have.
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're on the air, caller.
You are on the air.
I heard that on this podcast, you guys are telling a story about me.
Actually,
Wait.
we are.
About you?
Oh,
Whoa.
Are
whoa,
you-
Whoa. Hold on a second, sir. Did you just say we are telling a story about you?
Perhaps you have mistaken.
Sir, we are in here talking about the Zodiac Killer.
Zodiac Killer.
I don't believe we are accepting prank calls at this time.
Yes, no time for tomfoolery. This is a Hoss and Choss podcast.
Strictly
special.
business over
Strictly
here.
business here.
This is no prank.
Well,
Sir, what are you saying, sir?
I have your coordinates.
Well,
Sir. Whoa,
he
he
just
just hung
hung
up.
if you guys hear that,
Guys, I believe I might have just been on the air with the Zodiac Killer.
this could be, some
Yeah,
average high score prank on us. I mean, what are the chances we're doing a podcast on this man and he pulls up? But it's obviously
That
somewhat
sounded pretty
special.
real.
He
It
had a
was
little bit.
decoded a little bit.
So, obviously we're located in Northeast Ohio, and our headquarters are in a very secure location. We are in our podcasting room
What was that? Is that the door?
It might be Chad. Is that our manager?
Chad. Hey,
Chad.
Chad. Chad.
Wow. Chad must have forgot to take his prescription. But
Chad, you take your heartache medication pills.
so, after going through the almost full timeline of the Zodiac Killer, I believe, you've said all that we can said, and this might be a wrap for the Hoss and Choss podcast.
Just
Anything
this
like to say?
episode, though, because we are coming on next week.
We are coming on next week.
I believe that this segment of our podcast is coming to a close. We've uncovered some. Obviously, that letter was very hands-on.
In that weird call.
I mean, we don't know. Maybe that was the Zodiac Killer.
It could
Probably
have
just
been.
a high schooler.
Let's say it was. That was pretty interesting.
I mean, let's just say we did. I mean, that was the Zodiac Killer I just talked to.
We just talked to him. I don't know how old this guy is, but he sounded healthy.
Yeah, it sounded in good spirits, too.
Maybe might want to start again. Who knows? He might be
Yeah, who
85,
knows?
want to get on a killing spree.
All right, listeners, that will be a wrap on this segment of the Hoss and Choss podcast.
But, by the way, if you guys want to do a specified podcast, shoot your calls to 330-802-2191. That is our team manager, Chad's phone number. Send us a call.
Also, you can email us at the Hoss and Choss podcast _official@gmail.com for any requests or subjects you would like us to cover.
Questions. We'll give you an email back.
We will. We're possibly gonna bring in a new segment.
Yeah. Might have guests.
Second date updates.
Yep.
As taken from my good friend Brooke and Jubal in the morning. On Moving 92.1.
Good show. Give them a
Good
shout
show.
out.
Give them a listen. They got a really good show over there.
I mean, obviously ours is better.
Ours is better. But we could be doing a second date update. So if you guys ever get stood up, give us a call. We'll find out.
We'll set it up for you.
We'll figure it out for you guys. But anyways, this segment of Hoss and Choss podcast talking about the Zodiac Killer is time to get wrapped up.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Guys, we appreciate all your support and all of our listeners, wherever you're listening from. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.